Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon for Jess Hitchcock, Songs and Stories. I'm Melissa. I'm a Gunditjmara woman and the Aboriginal Community Officer here at Council. In a moment, I'll have the great pleasure of introducing Jess, but first we have a few words of acknowledgement from our Mayor, Councillor Margaret Essicock.
Welcome to the Glenira Seniors Festival. Throughout October, we're presenting an online festival program, including information sessions, performances, movies, and a range of in-conversation talks, plus more. The full Seniors Festival program is available on Council's website and in the current edition of the Glenira News. Our theme for 2021, Healthy Ageing, recognises the resilience of the Glenira community and encourages everyone to stay connected by taking part in a range of online programs and events. I wish to commence with acknowledgement of country. Glenira Council acknowledges the people of the Kulin Nation as the traditional owners and custodians and pays our respect to their elders, past, present and emerging. We acknowledge and uphold their continuing relationship to land and to waterways and extend our respect to First Nations people. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples are guided by, have deep respect for and celebrate their elders. We hope you enjoy the event coming up as part of our celebration of and for seniors in Glenira.
Thank you to our Mayor for those words. I'd also like to acknowledge the Bunwurrung and Wurundjeri Woiwurrung peoples of the Eastern Kulin Nation. And welcome any First Nations people joining us today. And I'd like to send out a special hello to Uncle Greg Muir and to Michelle and everyone watching from Glenira's Rosstown and Warraree communities. I'm very pleased now to introduce Jess Hitchcock. Jess is a performer, composer and singer-songwriter with family origins from Saibai in the Torres Straits and from Papua New Guinea. She's toured with Kate Miller-Heidke and Paul Kelly, performed at the Eurovision Song Contest in Israel, and recently sang a duet of Sorrento Moon alongside Tina Arena for Music from the Home Front. She's been a teacher, composer and artist with the Short Black Opera, worked on Opera Australia's production of The Rabbits, and in Victoria Opera's Parwan With the Sky, composed by Deborah Cheetham. She won the 2019 Smugglers of Light Indigenous Music and Media Award and is currently working on a new album. Today we are very lucky that Jess is going to sing some of her own compositions and share stories of her unique experiences. And I'd also like to welcome Christian, who's accompanying her. So please join me in welcoming Jess Hitchcock.
Thank you so much. I'm here on Bunwurrung country with Christian Barbieri, and thank you for that very warm introduction. My name is Jess Hitchcock, as you know, and we're going to sing some original tracks for you today from my previous album and possibly even some new ones. This is Cowardice. Open your eyes. There's someone holding pieces of your heart, and it's slipping through like grains in an hourglass, and it's slipping through like grains in an hourglass. Did I just waste all those hours and days thrown away in haste because you thought this was the right choice, because you thought this was the right choice? How did I not read the signs of your broken heart right there in front of me? Why was I the last to know? Couldn't you have said all of this to me before the end? Before the end. If there is just one thing that I taught you in the end of all of this, was to stand up for what you believed in, to stand up for what you believed in. How did I not read the signs of your broken heart right there in front of me? Why was I the last to know? Couldn't you have said all of this to me before the end? Before the end. Before you say forever and it changes everything. Before you say it's over and you cast it to the wind. How did I not read the signs? And why was I the last to know? Couldn't you have said all of this to me? But the truth be told, you were too cowardly. But the truth be told, you were too cowardly. This next track that we're going to play you is from my first full album. I have an EP, which is a shorter collection of songs, about 5 tracks, which Cowardice was from. And yeah, in 2019, I released an album called Bloodline, and this next track is called You're Like. You're like a heartbeat, only felt when it starts to hurt. You're like the rivers, you leave deep scars on the earth. You're like a cold wind, only there when rain's to come. You're like a blue jay in flight and on the run. There's no right way to love, So a couple of years ago, the album that I was talking about, Bloodline, I released, and we're going to play the title track for you next. And this song was really the catalyst for writing the entire album, and it's about being an Indigenous artist in the music industry and finding out what that means for yourself at your own pace and in your own time. Follow the stream, let it lead you to places you've never seen. Now is the time. You've been searching all of your life. Walk, don't run, take smaller steps. You've just begun to search and find there's a history here. It's running through your bloodline. There are so many different stories, and each one holds its own pain. We are not the same. So how dare you make me feel ashamed? Walk, don't run, take smaller steps. You've just begun to search and find there's a history here. It's running through So like Melissa said, my family originate from the Torres Strait Islands and Saibai Island in particular. My mother, and also from Papua New Guinea. My mother was born and raised in PNG and then moved to Sydney, which is where I grew up, in Sydney. So I've only been in Melbourne for about 6 years now. And this next track I wrote is called Together, and I recently got the privilege of performing it for a large group of Aboriginal elders who were coming together to talk with the Boonwurrung Land and Sea Council, and it was really it's an optimistic song about creating a future for our children. Not that I have any children yet, but when I do, I want to create and build a future for them in this world that's safe and is respectful of who they are and what has come before them. So this song is called Together. For this fight, there's no place to hide, but we're ready. Behind me there stands 1 million people, and we're all ready. This is our time. We must fight for a future that we can give to our children. They'll have nothing left if we don't stand together now. Each day it gets worse. There seems like no end to gain power. We've all lost our way, desensitized to pain, to gain power. This is our time. We must fight for a future that we can give to our children. They'll have nothing left if we don't stand together. Wars are all the same, the casualties and pain. Are there any boundaries that we will not cross? The road ahead seems rough, but there's no turning back. We can only rectify all of this with us. This is our time. We must fight for a future that we can give to our children. They'll have nothing left if we don't stand together now. Excuse me, one second. A couple of years ago, I was touring around with a project called the Mission Songs Project. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but it was a great collection of songs put together by an Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander woman, Jessie Lloyd, and she went around to Aboriginal missions and stations and also to visit elders who had previously lived on these places and asked them what songs they remember from that time. And there was a great collection of songs, and I worked for 2 years touring around those songs with Jessie and a few other people. And on one of those trips, we made our way down to Anglesea, which is in Victoria, I'm sure, as you all know. And whilst I was in Anglesea, we were staying in this gorgeous house on the river, and the river meets the sea down there, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I was writing this song, and I was sitting on the balcony, and a bunch of cockatoos came and some magpies, I think, and sat there and squawked at me while I was trying to write this song. So I don't know whether they liked it or they hated it, but they were vocal about it regardless. This song is called By the Sea. I want to live by the ocean. I want to swim in the sea. My heart, it belongs to the waves and the breeze. Oh, I want to live by the sea. I want to hear the birds sing. I want that to be each morning. I want to feel the sand at my feet. Oh, I want to live by the sea. Mountains, yes, they sure are pretty, but I hate crashing waves. They're calling me. The wide brown land is always there, but I hear a song. It echoes in my soul. I hear a song. It's the sea calling me home. I want to look at horizons over the deep blue sea. Sunset or sunrise, I don't mind. I just want to live by the sea. Mountains, yes, they sure are pretty, but I hear crashing waves. They're calling me. The wide brown land is always there, but I hear a song. It echoes in my soul. I hear a song. It's the sea. The city streets have helped me for many years, but I'm not sure how much longer that will be. The shade of a building won't compare to any tree that sits on the bank of a river that leads to the sea. Christian Barbieri, everybody, on the guitar. Love some slide. Yeah, so whilst I was on tour with the Mission Songs Project, I found that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have this incredible ability to find healing through music. And this next track I wrote is called Stay With Me, and it's a lullaby with that sentiment in it of, you know, saying goodbye, but being able to remember those people that we've lost through song. Stay with me just a little while. Stay with me one more night. I know the days seem hard, but we'll just sing and it'll be alright. Take away take away my heartbreak. I know the nights seem long while you're not here. We will sing this song. Just sing, nothing else to be done, nothing else to be done. And though I know you are each night I sing this song. Yeah, that's my lullaby song. Hopefully I didn't put you guys to sleep with that one. In my travels, I've worked in a lot of regional New South Wales and regional Australia, I should say, rather than naming all the states one after another. That would take forever. But on one particular trip, I was in regional New South Wales in a place called Gunnedah, and they have this one hill or a mountain, and it's very, very small. It's not really a mountain. You know what? When the desert is flat, any little mound is considered a mountain out there. And I was sitting up at the top of that mountain watching the most incredible moonrise I've ever seen, still to this day, come over the desert plain. And yeah, I wrote this song called Called You Home, wishing that I could, you know, be with somebody, my love, I suppose. It's all about heartbreak and love, country music. Yeah, this is called Called You Home. look the same from where you were. It was quite the sight. You are far away from these lands that I cross, a different sky above you. I am wandering lost. I would have called you home instead of traveling alone. Wish you could have seen the dirt. It was as red as the blood that spilled across this earth. And I've hunted the moon and the sun. And when you're chasing your dreams, you are always on the run. You are far away from these lands that I cross, a different sky above you. I am wandering lost. I would have called you home. A beautiful sky isn't the same alone. I feel I've lived 1,000 years in one. You are far away from these lands that I cross, a different sky above you. I am wandering lost. You are far away from these lands that I cross, a different sky above you. I am wandering lost. You are far away from these lands that I cross, a different sky above you. I am wandering lost. I would have called you home. Sounds like, I thought my piano was warping then, going all pitchy. That would make more sense. Mine is electronic. So yeah, I like everybody in the last couple of years, I've watched a lot of television, a lot, probably an absurd amount of television, really. But a few years ago, I wrote this next track after watching all versions of A Star Is Born, and also binge watching some other country music series. I absolutely love country music series. I think that country music is a great way of expressing heartbreak and love and all sorts of things. You know, you can talk about your car and your ute and compare it to the love of your life, and you know, it's all kosher. Anyway, so this next track is called "Running in the Dark," and yeah, I wrote it about from A Star Is Born. Well, I find myself out on the road again. I have seen it all, 'cause I've been here before. I remember you like it was yesterday. You haven't changed at all, so I know I shouldn't stay. But I'm a glutton for the drama that you bring. I'm a fixer now, like I have always been. And when you speak to me so soft and low, I remember why I loved you all those years ago. There were steps we took that we can't take back. Promises were made for our lives were in a wreck. And then I saw your face, familiar and scared, and I knew I'd never leave you lost in this despair. 'Cause I'm a glutton for so soft and low. I remember why I loved you, and I know what I can give you, but you'll take it all at once. And I feel I'm lost without you, but when I'm with you, it's like running in the dark. 'Cause I'm a glutton for the drama that you bring. I'm a fixer now, like I have always been. And when you speak to me so soft and low, I remember why I loved you all those years ago. I remember why I loved you all those years ago. We've got a couple more songs for you actually, and just two more, let's say that. And yeah, thanks so much for having me on board, and thanks for listening out there. I can't see you, but I'm assuming that you're all listening attentively. Out there I can feel you listening out there in the ether. You know, it's been a really rough year, and I last, 2 years I should say. So I'm really glad that I can get back into performing, and although I can't be there with you live, I'm so happy to be able to sing for you and talk to you guys over a screen of any size and description that allows you to stay connected with the music industry. And we're still here, and we're still out here working our little butts off, trying to bring everybody some joy and happiness. And I absolutely love playing music, and I'm sure Christian will agree with me when we say we've very, very much missed it over the last 2 years. So it's great to be back in any capacity, including like this, across to you from Zoom. We're going to play for you a new song. We're going to play Not a War Zone anymore. Is that okay? I just sprung this track on Paul Christian this afternoon. I am currently working on a new album, which is going to be called Unbreakable, and it's going to be released next year. And this is a new song from that album, so I thought I'd give you a little treat to hear an unreleased track that, only my producers have basically heard, and Christian too. I had a dream that I walked to a river, and I saw you standing there. You had a smile on your face, but the last time that we met, I remember feeling afraid. And I have since walked the valley of broken, and you tried to lead me there, but I would not go again down that road. So we must find a way to let go. This is not a war zone anymore. We don't have to settle every score. I appreciate the pavement that was laid for us, but I'd rather find my own way through the dust. There are times when wisdom is is not a war zone anymore. We don't have to settle every score. I appreciate the pavement that was laid for us, but I'd rather find my own way through the dust. I had a dream that I walked to a river, and I saw you standing there. You had a smile on your face, and now I can see your grace as we met and you took my hand. Cool. All right, we've got one more track and then we're going to leave you guys. Thanks so much for having us on board for this concert, and I really hope that you enjoy the rest of your festival, your Glen Iris Senior Citizens Festival, and I'm sure you've got some lovely things lined up. I know perhaps you were expecting some opera today, but I am singing a lot of my original music, and I really hope that you enjoyed listening to us. My name is Jess Hitchcock, and this is Christian Barbieri, and we hope to see you again in person sometime. Would be absolutely lovely. So we're going to leave you with this track called Maybe in a Different Lifetime. Beneath the ocean there are many cities, and beneath the sky there are many towns where you have your feet on the ground or in the ocean, but my head was always in the clouds, dreaming of big things, never knowing if they'd happen. Fear of losing you, it kept me down. Suddenly I am sailing through the ocean, and all that surrounds me are the clouds. Our two worlds, they met too late. Maybe in a different lifetime we go sailing on the ocean through the clouds, and we would meet, we would meet, we would meet. Another story or another lifetime, maybe in the lost cities or maybe in the towns. We'd be together, not a worry or a trouble, 'cause our feet would be firmly on the ground. But in this lifetime you were always in the ocean, and I was always sailing towards the clouds. Our two worlds, they met too late. Maybe in a different lifetime we go sailing on the ocean through the clouds, and we Thanks so much, everybody. Have a lovely afternoon.